The popular manga Chainsaw Man recently got an outrage because of a scene where the horny bastard protagonist Denji got laid by the protagonist of the second part Asa, as Yoru at least, as she gave him the quick polish of his privates. The reactions to this are incredibly wild. Some people want the author Fujimoto to shuffle off his mortal coil. Some people just can't defend themselves as a fan of Chainsaw Man because of this horrific scene. Some cosplayers even regret cosplaying as Asa or Yoru. But by far, my personal favorite take is this one.
The shonen manga that is supposedly family-friendly triggers people because it has a handjob sexual assault scene.
Ah, yes, the family-friendly shonen manga Chainsaw Man. Are we reading the same manga here? I'm just amazed that people are getting filtered by this scene, and honestly, good. Maybe these people should be reading this stuff and go back to something more cheerful, upbeat, and family-friendly, like Madoka Magica or School Life. Don't worry, none of the stuff that you're seeing here is real. It's just fiction involving fictional characters that are not real. But some people want to take it in another direction. Another installment of fiction affecting reality again.
No one's saying that fiction is reality.
Actually, plenty of people say this.
However, fiction can heavily influence reality.
No, they do not influence them in the way that you think they do.
A kid who likes Paw Patrol will like dogs.
By that logic, a kid who watched Tom and Jerry will like real-life mice and hate cats. Also, they're kids. Their minds are even more malleable compared to adults.
A grown-ass man who likes characters depicted as children will like children.
No, because what people like in fiction isn't always the same as what people like in real life. I'm sure the kids that love Five Nights at Freddy's don't want to have their families murdered by haunted animatronics. To judge people's real life tastes based on what they like in fiction is downright absurd. Real predators hunt real children, not fictional ones. And liking fictional children will not make you like the real life ones, because they are so radically different, just like everything else in fiction compared to real life. I've said many times that fiction doesn't affect reality, but this is one of those cases where it's a good thing that it did. A real-life hero who helped suppress a knife attack on the Taichung Metro in Taiwan said that he helped because that's what Himmel, the hero from Frieren, would have done. He hoped that his heroic effort would defeat the negative stereotype of otakus. That right there is an example of how fiction can affect reality in a positive way. Most people can easily filter out the negative stuff happening in fiction and not apply that to the real world. But one thing that good fiction does is to give a positive influence on people. That positive influence could be in the form of the message that the fiction sends or the aspiration to create something great. This is how fiction affects reality. It's by inspiring people to do good. Most people take the good of fiction. If you take the bad out of fiction, most likely something is wrong with you. We got plenty more hooplas to get through, but before we get through all that, enjoy the sight of this big ass ox that I encounter in the sticks all the time. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to all these wonderful people. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have supported this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much. And now, let's get into a really petty hoopla. Back in the Summer Game Fest, there's a Quidditch game announced, and people are outraged. This person was so horrified of this notion that they contacted the FBI, International Criminal Court, and the CDC? What do you think the CDC would do? Did J.K. Rowling commit a bioterrorism attack when we're not looking? This person also got banned from Twitch for hateful conduct. And then we have this exchange.
Trans people have asked you to not support this franchise in solidarity.
In solidarity? You might want to double check on that because you people fight each other all the time.
If you can't do that, you're transphobic. Not up for debate.
That's right, no argument necessary. You're just a horrible person. I wonder why people don't like you.
You're ignoring trans voices just so you can mildly enjoy your crappy, racist, stolen, wizard franchise.
Whoa, hold on a second. Stolen? Not only did J.K. Rowling commit hate speech and bioterrorism that the CDC had to be called, but she also plagiarized stuff too? What crime is she responsible for next? Crap writing? I seriously wouldn't want to be near the vicinity of J.K. Rowling and her mad haters. Hogwarts Legacy was fine. It wasn't super amazing, but it has its fans at least. And one thing I could say for sure is that the game has some attractive characters, particularly Professor Garlick. It's the redheads, I swear. It's interesting how the most successful games of the last couple of years have attractive female characters. We got 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. This person disagrees. Why?
Because ugliness sells.
Yeah, the statistics have shown otherwise.
Non-gamers think people around me will see me as porn addict if I play that and avoid those titles.
Non-gamers should stop being insecure about what other people think and start enjoying themselves.
Who's free from those judgments? Gamers who are cut from society with no friends.
It doesn't matter if they have no friends. Most gamers are adults who have jobs that earn money and use them to buy games. No one is free from any judgment, but they are free to do whatever they like with that judgment in mind. Or not in mind.
Selling to 1% social people makes more money than 100% of those gamers.
Nope, the reason why the gaming industry is crumbling right now is because they're selling games to people that don't play them. Maybe sell them to those that do. Just an idea. Oh yeah, we're talking about the plight of people under the rainbow flag a couple of hooplas ago. Let's get back into that. I cannot imagine how hard it is being part of the rainbow flag, especially in countries that still do not accept them. But my issue is not with them. My issue is with miserable, vindictive assholes that just so happen to fly under the banner. This is a comic about the things that cis lesbians have said to the trans writer. They have one thing in common. They are all transphobic. Or at least that's what the writer is suggesting. They're all transphobic. The thing is, all these responses make sense. It's just that the writer refuses to accept them. They prefer cis women, not trans women. There's nothing wrong with that, but the writer just calls the person a horrible human being, a dick, or a jerk. In fact, 3/4 of the writer's counterarguments are just insults. I might not understand the plight and struggles of finding dates for people under the rainbow flag, but I can definitely tell when people are being spiteful and vindictive jerks. But hey, there's a market for that in the dating world, so good luck. Speaking of jobs, I hope you're doing a good job and it's paying you well, because this person disagrees with that. Damn, this person is blunt.
Being underpaid isn't a pass to be bad at whatever job you signed up to do.
Wow, the ratio. But if you ask me, that depends on the job. There are jobs where if you're bad at it, it's not gonna hurt anyone. But then, there are jobs where if you're bad at it and you screwed up, it's a matter of life and death. Should you put less than 100% into the job that you're working on if the job isn't gonna pay you well in the long term? Honestly, I don't know. It depends on a lot of factors. Personally, I can't half-ass my job, but I love my job, and while my YouTube isn't really a job for me, it does earn me money, and it is something that I'm passionate at, so I'm giving my all anyway.
They have no idea how much I don't care.
Then why are you still in this thread? One of the things that we responsible adults must face is the reality that we have two jobs in our lives. We have the job that earns money, and we have the job that keeps our survival. And then there's the transportation. A lot of cities around the world are technically walkable. In Japan, for example, the subway station is so vast and complex, but you'll get to your destinations by a lot of walking and sleeping in the subway.
You'll love walkable cities until you need to get groceries.
I don't mind getting my groceries walking. The market is literally across the street from my home. The convenience store at my place is a couple of minutes walk from my office. It sounds like you mind getting your groceries walking. Are you disabled? Can you not walk to the store? Do you have issues walking there?
Works well until you have 4 kids, or are disabled, or have social anxiety.
I want to know the thoughts of moms that have 4 kids when this person whined about getting groceries. Skill issue, maybe? And yeah, if you're disabled, you can't get groceries, but this conversation has nothing to do with them. You're not the only one who has social anxiety here, but if you have one that's so severe that you can't even get your own basic needs, you need to genuinely seek professional help. In other news, we have an issue of workplace diversity. AI has been a rather horrifically monstrous topic as of late, but there's one issue that people need to tackle: sexism. No, really, sexism in AI developers. Apparently, there are more than 30% female AI researchers in the big tech, and only 18% in the OpenAI organization, the guys that made GPT. I have to say, 30% for female AI researchers is a pretty good number. The fact that they even break 10% is a miracle in and of itself. I guess these diversity initiatives do work. They just don't work in a way that most people expected them to. And let's be real here. 50-50 split on the gender of IT-based works is a ridiculous estimate. You would have to find a good chunk of women who are genuinely interested in that field and also very good in that too. I'm sure they exist, but 50-50 is a grossly overconfident estimate, and these people want you to believe that this is because of sexism rather than women not interested in the job to begin with. The fictional ones are cool though, I believe them. Speaking of sexism, we have a relationship hoopla here, blaming the women. Apparently, this is the #1 cause of divorce. It's women aging and getting fatter. Wow, I guess most men are like Leonardo DiCaprio. They're only hunting 18 to 24-year-olds and break them up when they hit 25. Also, this comic suggests that while the wife is getting fatter, the man stays in shape, which is not the reality that I live in. Both partners gain weight as they age, and both are also getting uglier as they age. There are many valid reasons for divorce, but your partner getting uglier is among the least convincing reasons. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because this dude claims that he fired his ex-wife. Wait, that would imply that your ex-wife worked for you, so you pay your ex-wife? Just like you pay these other girls you pose with? This post reeks of insecurity. Let me prove to everyone that I'm a man who scores a lot of chicks that I definitely did not pay. Sure thing, bro. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. I got plenty more videos for y'all this week, so please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my ABB Show stream channel, link down below. Go subscribe as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.